Good afternoon, YouTube. Today is Thursday, March 22nd, 2012. Today's article is from the ifpress.com. This article is from Gwynne Dyer, Special to QMI Agency, and it is titled, Cure or Curb Six-Planet Consumption. We live in the first global civilization. Most of the world's people now live in similar economies. We have the same ambitions and even know most of the same things. But it is an unprecedented experiment, and we are skating close to the edge. If we can get through the 21st century without a collapse, maybe we can call it a success. Success in 2100 would be a world in which a recognizable descendant of our current civilization is still thriving. With luck, the global population will be heading back down toward the current 7 billion, having peaked at several billion higher. But it won't fall faster unless billions die in famine and war, so it must be a future in which a very big population is still sustainable. Unfortunately, the way we are living is not sustainable. We have taken too much land out of the natural cycles in order to grow our own food on it. We are destroying the world's major fish populations through overfishing and pollution. We are also driving most of the larger land animals to extinction. This is a six-planet civilization. It would take 6 Earth-like planets to sustain the present human population in the high-energy, high-consumption style that is the hallmark of the current global civilization. And the foreseeable future, we will have only 1 planet, not 6. This is the real problem we must solve if we are to reach a 2100 without a massive dieback of the human population. The other things we worry about, such as global warming and ocean acidification, are really signals that we are not solving the basic sustainability problem. Nor will we ever solve it by just using less energy and eating less meat. Not at 7 billion plus we won't. So we really have only 2 options. We can nibble at the edges of the problem, with a bit of conservation here and some more renewable energy there. In that case, we are heading for population collapse through global famine and probably civilizational collapse as well because of the attendant wars well before 2100. Or we can try to float free from our current dependence on the natural cycles, use the scientific and technological capabilities of our current civilization to reduce our pressure on the natural world radically, stop growing or catching our food, for example, and learn to produce it on an industrial scale through biotechnology instead. Just achieving food independence would greatly reduce our vulnerability to climate change, but we need to stop global warming anyway. Otherwise, much of what we call nature will not survive, and half the world's big cities will be drowned by sea level rise. Obviously, we must stop burning fossil fuels and move to alternative sources of energy as fast as we can. But carbon dioxide is building up in the atmosphere so quickly that it will probably require direct human intervention in the climate system to prevent runaway warming. Geoengineering, in other words. This civilization will survive if it can solve by new technologies the problems it has created by its own past technological successes. Otherwise, not. If we want our great-grandchildren to be happy in 2100, if we want them to even be alive, we have to start managing some of the planet's systems, like the climate system, and to remove ourselves entirely from some of the others. There is no third option. Gwynne Dyer is a London-based independent journalist whose articles are published in 45 countries.